Hey everybody, it's Karen with Food and Family. You know, the holidays are getting closer and closer. Thanksgiving will be here in a couple of weeks, and we need to decide, if we haven't already, what we're putting on our holiday table. So today, I'm going to give you an option for a sweet potato casserole. I make it every year. One of my daughter-in-laws loves it better than anything, and I think if that's all I served for Thanksgiving and Christmas, she would be happy. So, but today we're going to make it a little different. We're going to make sweet potato casserole boats. I'm going to scoop the goodie out of the sweet potato and we're going to mix it up and we're going to put it back in. So let's get started. I've already took the meat out of some of the potatoes, so you wouldn't have to watch me do all of them. So I'll show you one, how I'm doing. Just lop off the top. We're not even cutting them in half. I don't have huge sweet potatoes, so if you did, then you might want half them, but I don't. They're not that big. So I'm going to take my spoon and I'm scooping out all the goodie. Don't forget this top that you cut off. There's a lot of meat still in it. When I say meat, I mean the insides of the potato. We do away with that. We don't need it anymore. So we're going to scoop this out. Now don't go too deep around the sides. You need something to give it a little structure. So leave a little bit in there. So you have something in your potatoes don't just totally collapse. But remember, we're going to be putting filling back in after we make it up. So it's still warm. I let it cool just enough where I can handle it without getting burnt. So, see how I'm doing that? Now, see that sweet potato? And I'm going to put it on my pan here. You can see where I've got the others already scooped out. So, we got this good mixture of sweet potatoes. Now, we're going to put some butter in it. Let's get some butter. We'll just use our knife. It'll be good. We're going to put, I don't know, that's probably 3 tablespoons of butter in there. We're going to mix it up. We're going to put some milk in it. I didn't get my milk out. Let me grab it. We're going to put some milk in, and we don't need a lot. We're just going to put a little splash. Might have been a tablespoon. We're going to put a little bit of white sugar, and according to how sweet you want it, I'm only going to put a couple of tablespoons. I may come back and add more. Now let's put some more. That don't look like enough just looking at it right off. We'll put 4 tablespoons. That's a 1/4 cup. We're going to taste it when it's done. Let's mix this up. It's going to be loud, I'm sorry. Got to turn it on first, don't I? Yeah, so that butter's going to melt down in those potatoes because they're still warm. Get it nice and creamy and smooth. I'm going to put a splash of vanilla in it. Let's go ahead and put our vanilla in. And we're going to make a topping. I make a brown sugar with nuts and a little bit of flour topping. And I'm sure you've probably made that with your regular sweet potato casserole. And we're going to add pecans, and that's what I'm going to put on top. I put about a teaspoon of vanilla. Mix it up again. Just get real smooth. I'm sorry, I know it's loud. And that's good. You can see all the fiber from these sweet potatoes. They're absolutely delicious. We don't need this anymore. So let's get rid of that. Now, we're going to put it back in our potatoes. So, big spoon, big dollop. Looky there. Just like you would if you're making a twice-baked potato. Just stuff it back in there. Mound it. Fill it full. Be generous. We'll get them all. If we have some left over, we'll go back through and divide it amongst them all. Be buttery, delicious. Look at here. Look how pretty that's looking already. Who wouldn't want that on their holiday table? I think if you like sweet potatoes, you're going to love this. And this is a great dish for any time of the year, not just holidays. We like sweet potatoes. We eat them a lot. I love them with a steak. Look at there. Ooh, I don't think we're going to have any left over. That's a good thing though. We want them full. Looky there. See how pretty that is? Let's get as much as we can out of this bowl. No sweet potato left behind, right? And there we go. Look at that, how pretty. Looky there. Now we're going to make our topping and put it on. Let's set these right here while we make our topping. So, get another bowl. Brown sugar. Now I've got light brown sugar. You can use dark brown sugar, whatever you have. This is a 1/3 cup of brown sugar. Let's put 2/3 cup. We'll see. We don't need it all. We don't have to use it all. We'll save it for something else. We're going to put some more butter in it. That's put about 2 tablespoons of butter all together. I think that's going to be enough. A splash of vanilla. Just a splash. We don't need a whole lot. And I'm going to put, with that much brown sugar, I'm going to put about a tablespoon of flour. And what that's going to do is help it stick together. Maybe 2 tablespoons. We'll wing this. Yeah, I think that looks good. So let's use, what did I do with my spoon? Here it is. Nope, I don't want that one. Let's get a clean spoon. And we'll mash that all together. Now, if you want, you can melt your butter and put it in there. I've done that and it works beautiful. Or I just mix it up like this. See how it's coming along? And it's going to get crumbly. And then I'll just sprinkle it on top of these sweet potatoes. And then we're going to bake them off. And we'll come back and see what they look like. We may even have to taste one. I'm sure it's going to be delicious. You decided what you're going to bake for Thanksgiving? What you're going to have on your table? And we'll have our normal chicken and dressing, ham, sweet potato casserole, cranberry sauce, giblet gravy, all the good stuff. Now, see how that is? Looky there. See how it's all wet? Even though I didn't melt the butter, it just all mixed in there together. We're going to put some pecans in it. Now, I've got pecan pieces, although I am going to chop them a little bit finer for this. We don't need a lot. I've got about 1/4 cup. Let's use our big knife. And we're going to chop them up. We want them a little bit finer to go in this. You don't want pecan dust, but you don't want big chunks either. If you were putting it in the casserole, I would not chop them, but since I'm putting them on the potato and doing it like this, I'm going to chop them a little finer. You do what you want to do. And it's all going to be delicious. Now, looky there. See how I got them? You see that? We'll put them in here. And we're going to stir it up. And it's going to be ready to go back on our sweet potatoes. This is Oh, it's looking so pretty. Looky there. See with the pecans in there how well that looks. See how pretty that is? So let's put them back on. Nothing is wrong with using your hands. My hands are clean. I washed them really well before I came on. Now, get your big handful and let's just put it right on top. See how I'm spreading it out there? Now, press it in just a little bit because I want it to stay in place. Looky there. And that's going to bake up and it's going to give you a nice little crust. It reminds me almost of like a praline. That's what I think about when I eat it. I just don't think about it being good. Looky there. I think my family is going to love this. They can have their own individual sweet potato casseroles. Looky here. I don't think we need any more, do you? I think that's just perfect. A little dollop right there. Let's put a little dollop right there. We don't want him to be left out. Now we're going to get this in the oven. I'm going to bake it. Let me see what my recipe tells me to bake it at. 350 for about 35 minutes. Being in the boats, it may not cook quite 35 minutes. So I'll try to time it and let you know how long I'm going to cook it. So let me get these in the oven and I'll be back later and we'll see what the finished product look like. Here it is before it goes in. Okay, I'll see you in a little bit. Okay, we're back. The sweet potatoes have been cooking for 30 minutes. I believe they're done, so let's take them out of the oven and look at them, okay? Oh my, they're so pretty. Now I baked them on 350 for 30 minutes. Can you see how gorgeous that is? I think you'd like that on your holiday table. I know I'm going to enjoy it. So let's get us a pretty plate. We're going to serve them on a pretty plate. We can get them up here without tearing them up. Let's see. Oh, how gorgeous. Look at that. Look how pretty that is. That's okay. And they're very tender. The skins are. Looky there. Now you know how soft sweet potatoes are when you bake them. Look how beautiful. Last one. Now, is that not a beautiful plate of sweet potatoes? Sweet potato casserole, individual servings. How about that? So, move that out of the way. Now, we need to try one. Let's get this little one right here. Yeah, look at there. Look at him. He's just waiting to be eaten. How about that? If I can get my taste tester to come in here. He is my all about. Well, he's still outside, so we'll have him taste it after a while. But look at that. You've got your sweet potatoes. You've got your topping, the pecans and the butter. It's hot, but we're going to go for it. We're going to cool it off first. I bet it's going to be just as delicious as it would be if it was in a casserole form. That topping is crispy and crunchy, just like it should be, as if it was on a casserole itself. You see that again? How beautiful is that? Thank you for joining me today. I hope you enjoy this video, and I certainly hope you will make these for your Thanksgiving table or Christmas, whatever holiday you're cooking for. or will be cooking for. Please like my page, subscribe, share, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so you can be alerted when I post a new video. Thanks for watching me today. See you soon. Bye.